record the cloud. All right. Okay. Thank you for being on. I figured first meeting of 2024 should be about getting back on track, especially given where we all were during our last meeting in December. We were all just kind of trying to just get through the holidays. It got a little crazy there for, I feel like, everybody for a little bit. So really quick, this is the last month of the incentive. So if you are super close, which a lot of you are, Jessica, you're fine. If you're super close, check out where you are with the incentive, especially if you have new people that are like this close to certifying or promoting and whatnot. There's a few people that are so close. I did a shout out post in Empowering Sense the other day with people that were close to promoting, close to hitting incentive levels. So just don't give up. Don't throw in the towel yet because you think you don't have the points. Anything can happen, especially getting down to the wire. If you are wondering about sensational start points for your new people, those are being put in manually by someone at home office. Like it is one team's job to manually audit the sensational start people and then manually put those numbers in on your tracker. So that's why they haven't showed up yet. So don't freak out. Don't worry about those. They will get to them, I promise. I only mentioned that because I've gotten a few messages about it. So just, you're not alone. They're just putting them in manually. So just keep an eye on it. There's also new monthly incentives. It started for the whole year, and January's monthly incentive is to sell 20 bring back bars. Easy peasy, right? They count for the whole month. Post rewards, any way that you acquire them, if they pop up in your in a club subscription, as long as they are these current bring back bars. They can't be bring back bars from a different bring back bar that's in your club. Does that make sense? But if someone sets up a new club and it processes this month with a bring back bar, those count. Host rewards count. Regular combine and saves, bundle and saves, those count. It's any 20 bring back bars, as long as they're this season's current bring back bars. I hope that I said that right. Yay, Nikki, you already did it. Woo, that's awesome. I'm close. So I haven't gotten it yet, but that's awesome. All right. And then early access for St. Patrick's Day collection started today. It's just one bar. So if you can pop that on, just like your next bulk order. Yes, today. What's up? Go ahead, unmute. Unmute.
I had it on my calendar from Scentsy that it was tomorrow.
No, it's today.
Yeah, the home office one said tomorrow, so that's okay. It's okay.
Nope, it's today. Whatchamacallit? It pops up.
My gosh, I'm thinking today's Sunday. Just kidding. We're
Nope,
good.
it's okay. Yep. I'm telling you, it's the 4-day coming off the holidays. It's a whole thing. We're all in the same headspace, I promise. So if you can only get the early access through your workstation, type in early, that's how it'll pop up. Don't try to type in the name of it because it won't pop up, is what I've seen on some of the directory pages. So just type in early on the workstation and that's how you can get that. It's just one bar. I do have labels made for it already in our Google Drive. I have labels for everything in there, so check that out. For Mardi Gras, Valentine's Day collection, all the things. It's all in there for you guys, ready to be printed. Easy peasy. I just want to make y'all's life easier. It's all just in one go-to place. I think Nikki even put a shortcut to my drive. Did you do that yet? Did you put a shortcut to Empowering Sense Drive is in Butterfly Kisses Drive.
And it's pinned to the top next to Butterfly Kisses one.
Perfect. All right. So let's get into it. If you have any questions about anything, everything that I'm going to show you tonight is on the Google Drive too. So, I mean, very easy, straightforward, simple. My word for last year was simplicity. And we're just carrying that into the new year because I like it. And I don't want to overcomplicate things by making a new word this year because that's where I'm at in my headspace. So we're just keeping things simple still. Um, so January, of course, perfect time for either a restart, just a fresh start on things. So this is your opportunity to either really hone in on those systems that you were working on last year, or honestly to just ditch things and try something new altogether. If it wasn't working for you last year, we're not going to continue to do it this year, because isn't that like the definition of insanity, to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same results? Like, no, we're not doing that. We want to just start something new, start something fresh, but we're not going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. So January, perfect time to do this. So obviously we're going to talk about systems really quickly though, really quickly, it's not going to take all night. A few different types of systems that I know are fan favorites in our group with our leaders. And honestly, you got to find what works for you, but you got to try stuff to figure out what works for you though. Okay. So I'm going to preface that with, do not try something once and it not work, and then you give up on it. You got to try it a few times to see if it works. Because sometimes, raise your hand if you're guilty of this, sometimes it's user error. Sometimes it's user error. So you got to give it a try a few times just to see if it's you, or is it really the system that's not working for you. Okay. And like we always say, what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. It's okay. I take no offense to it if anybody ever tries one of my systems and it doesn't work for them. See, especially when making labels. Yes, exactly, Nikki. Exactly. She knows that's Katrina's thing. I'm just going to ask, hey, Katrina, did you get this label made? Yep, it's in there. Go, yep, it's right here. And she doesn't have to worry about it. But like, I know that if I have like Excel questions and stuff, I'm going to ask her, because that's her and her husband. They're, that's their wheelhouse. So here's the thing, Chelsea. I see that you said I need to figure out a new system because mine doesn't work very well. You're going to have more than one system. So it depends on what you're talking about. So if you're just talking about in general for your business, you need to hone in on what specifically you're talking about. And we can totally help with that, as you said, in general. Okay, no, but this is the perfect time. This is the perfect time to try something new. Okay, your best bet is going to be to utilize the systems that are in our team drive. They're listed at the top of Empowering Sense. I got you. But just to try something new. So some of the fan favorites that we have in our group is time blocking, which that can be something as simple as setting an alarm on your phone. Yep, check out Nikki's planner with she's got it broken down, y'all. She knows when she has her time slots available on when she can do things. And I love that she can move those Post-its around in her planner to go, oh, you know what? I can't do this then, but I have 20 minutes on this day that I can, boop, I'm just going to move it over there. So that's when you're going to want to set an alarm, or maybe not an alarm, but a timer. And you can go, okay, I have 20 minutes to knock out thank you cards. I have 15 minutes to do a booking blitz. I want to book at least one party. I'm going to message as many people as I can, so on and so forth. Does that make sense? So that's just a very brief, simple version of time blocking. Then another favorite, at least for me, daily and weekly themes and tasks, where you have a theme for maybe what you're going to post or share about. Cough, cough, the content calendars that I've already made for you. If you notice, the actionable tasks, which is the other one, is set up in a theme. Every Tuesday, some sort of blitz, an opportunity blitz or a booking blitz. Every Thursday is training yourself and going and training on your director's team page. Every Wednesday, you're talking about club for something. Every Friday is some form of follow-up. So that's what I mean by the daily and weekly themes. Obviously, your daily tasks are going to be the shortest list. If your daily tasks are the longest list, you're doing it wrong. You are trying to do too much. Don't do too much. Your daily lists need to be, there's only a few things that you should be doing every single day. Only a few things. And that is literally like having conversations, sharing to social media, running reports if you're a leader. And maybe you want to do, I mean, if you're really, I mean, everyone should be tracking their numbers. I feel like that we all look at, she's showing on her planner. Everyone tracks their numbers. I have mine in my, I have a whole binder. I have a whole binder of tracking forms. And yeah, I have all the trackers in here. I have my daily tracking log right here.
But I'm going to
Available
say this.
on the workstation and in the team drive too. Go ahead, Nikki.
I was just going to say, like, Katrina and I are very different when it comes to that. If I had a tracking folder, like a binder like she has, I would be so overwhelmed I would never use it. Whereas this is in my planner, it's on a sticky and it goes in that day. Like that is what I need, or I would not
want
use
so
it.
desperately to be a planner person, and I'm just not. I am a stationery whore, and I have so many notebooks and planners that I buy because they're pretty and I want to use them, but I never use them. And let me tell you something. If you need a planner, y'all, Nikki has a link for hers it's the same one you order time and time again every year. But then you're also a fan of the Scentsy one too, right? Yeah. So there's all different types of things to keep you organized. It's just you got to do what works for you. So but yes, these calendars that I put together for you guys for the content and the actual items, they are just to be used for like just ideas. If you're ever just like, man, I really don't know what I should post about today. Well, on here, the 15th, I had National Fresh Squeeze Juice Day, share Squeeze the Day products. Like tomorrow I have share the whiff box, but maybe you shared the whiff box yesterday. You can either share it again tomorrow, or you can just find something else. There's a lot of people that print these out and they literally just treat it like a bingo card and they just cross things off and they use it just purely for content ideas. You don't have to use it for whatever day is on there. Only a few of the things are like the national days. Same thing for the actual tasks. Guys, this barely gets changed. I think the only thing that really gets changed on here is the Mondays, because that's when the collections come out. That's it. Everything else stays the same every single month on here, because you should have things that are literally wash. What is it? What do we say?
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Wash, rinse, repeat. I couldn't think of the second one. I was like, it's not wax. It's not wax, because I had wax, warm, repeat in my head. I don't know. Listen. So see, Chelsea said, I need to try a planner. Haven't tried that yet. See, you don't know if it's gonna work if you don't. You got to try it, right? So let's see. Like I said, daily should be the shortest list. Weekly should be a longer list, but it doesn't need to be completed in one day. Like I have that is also in there. I have tasks broken down by the week, because I have certain things that I do every first week of the month, every second week of the month, every third week of the month, and every last week of the month. But my stuff's going to look different as a starter actor than for someone who's a certified. You don't have a team to lead. You don't, you know what I mean? You're going to have way shorter list, but everyone does have certain things. Like we all get paid on the same day. So we should all be sharing the joint opportunity and sharing our paychecks. We should, guys know I love to say, talk about the money. Talk about the money. People need to see that it's real money that's being made and how it's changing your life. Even if it's you're able to just guiltlessly buy coffee for yourself without having to touch the family money. Okay. So there's certain things that happen every month, every week. But it's up to you to figure out what those tasks are. I have things that are in there for you guys to be able to just pull from. funds your garden. Yes, it does, y'all. Her backyard is insane. Pretty soon you're not going to have to go to the grocery store for real. But that's Vermont in general. I feel like a lot of people in Vermont garden. Uh, my kids miss that about the schools. Um, let's see. Um, I know Bart said I'm stereotyping Vermonters, but I feel like none of the Vermonters on this call would be offended by that. Like, right? Like, let's see. Set a theme on what your focus for the day should be. That's another theme that you can have. Some people find it very beneficial to say, okay, on Mondays, I'm only going to do stuff about the customer. I'm going, some days they have that are strictly for follow-ups. Some days are strictly for sponsoring and leadership. Like I'm going to do all my leadership stuff on this day. I'm going to do all of my follow-ups on this day. I'm going to do all of my mail on just this day. You have to try things to figure out what's going to work for you. The biggest thing for it, I swear, is to just keep it simple and don't overcomplicate it. Y'all, these are as simple as checklists. Don't overcomplicate it. I remember when we first joined, when we first started, and I'm going to use Nikki as an example. And she was from day one was like, I don't know what they're talking about with the systems. They keep saying systems. Like, what does that mean? And I was like, I don't know. I don't really know like what a system is either. And it was like, for me, I was like, it's like checklists. And for her, it's post-its. And I remember telling her, post-it note can't be a system, Nikki. It can't be a system. Guess what? Guess how many superstar directors you swear by post-its to the point where they have templates to where you can print out on your post-it 3 things you want to accomplish tomorrow. That's a system. It is a system. Okay. Which, side note, as a leader, those are things that you learn to grow and evolve as a leader, to admit that, like, I was wrong back then. Post-it note is a system because it works for that person. Anything that works for you is a system.
She admitted though when she was wrong by buying me post-it notes
Absolutely.
for SFR that year.
Yep.
And she goes, I know how much you love them, and I use them.
Yes, y'all. Post-it brand has like a bougie brand, and like where it doesn't, they're like fancy post-it notes, but like some of them are like really like spot on things that we use. Like I think I got her post-its where it was like today's priorities, and it's like 1, 2, 3, because that's what a lot of the SSDs that we get mentorship from, that's what they do. Just pick 3 things. They need to be IPAs, income producing activities, but you can't say you're going to make, like, don't samples is something that needs to get done, but it's not an IPA. But you would put on there, I got to do my 3-month follow-ups. I got to, things like that. Which, side note, follow-ups, don't get overwhelmed with them. Something that, if you were on Chloe's last call, even she had said, stop worrying about the people that you haven't reached out to in 6 months. Stop worrying about the people that you haven't reached out to in 3 months. Honestly, start with the people that you haven't heard from in the last 60 days, 2 months. 2 months. Reach out to them first. Guess what? They haven't ordered in a while. Those are the best people to go ask if they're ready for a restock, or if they want to host a party because they haven't ordered in 2 months. They definitely need more of whatever it is that they last bought from you. Just go find the people that ordered from you in November. And guess what? If they ordered from you in November to buy a gift for someone, then they definitely need to host a party, because that means they don't have any Scentsy for themselves because they gifted it to someone. So don't think, oh, it was just someone, shopping for someone else for a gift, so there's nothing for them to refill on. No, they need to do a party to get their own. This cat is attacking the flowers. Ma'am. Mavis. No, ma'am. She's eating the flowers. So what's Nikki saying? Take 20 minutes to do follow-ups. Seriously, that's it a week. Yes, if you're spending more than a half an hour on follow-ups, you are doing it wrong. It needs to be so honestly, I don't want to say automated because I don't like that word, but just if it's taking you that long to do like your follow-ups with everyone who ordered, for example, last month, and you're doing your 1 month follow-ups, just hey, just checking to see what you warmed first. Are you loving what you got? Did everything arrive okay? If it's taking you more than 30 minutes, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. But it's also not at the same time, it's not like they're not just a checkbox. They're not just checkbox, but spend more time on getting to know them than following up with them. Just I hope that that makes sense. I don't know.
Unless
But
you
yeah,
have 100 customers a week,
yes,
it should take you less than 20 minutes on, I call it follow up Friday.
yep. That's when I have mine. Mine is on Fridays as well. Fridays. And that is purely just because it was follow-up Fridays. Probably because I feel like I was gonna say because we have the same home office coach, but we don't. But
No, but I think Marlo said it in the
yeah,
D thing in our
yeah.
Mind Your Business
Mhm.
call.
Yes, yeah. It's just Fridays. That's the day that you do follow-ups. It just is. That's just when we do it. But that's because that works for us. Maybe you have an office job and you work crazy hours, and this is just purely you're just a hobbyist. You're not gonna have the same systems as me and Nikki. Maybe you are here though just to make just some extra cash for you. You still need systems on booking parties. You still need systems on following up with your customers because what's really cool is when you build up a customer base so strong that you don't necessarily have to party. And yes, I said what I said. I'm sure that there's going to be some big wigs in this company that like come for me for saying that, but you don't have to party. But I do choose still to party, but I don't have to get my PRV. Now, if I want my PRV to be more than what it is right now, obviously, then yes, I do need to party, but you know what I mean. It's y'all, just to do even to do the 2K PRV. There are ways to get to 2K PRV without partying. Now, not a brand new consultant, not a brand new consultant. That's not feasible. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, "Oh, brand new person, you don't even have to party." No, absolutely, brand new people, you have to party. You need to be doing like 8 parties minimum, 8 parties minimum. And I used to hear 8 parties minimum and think you're crazy to our upline SSD Chloe because that's who would say it. 8 parties, no way. But 8 parties minimum, and your 2K will come so easy. Um, and I'm sure, Nikki, you're like me, 4 parties is a minimum, right? 4 parties is a minimum. You always want more than 4. And it's like, if I don't have 4, I am feeling some type of way about myself. So, yes, Chelsea, and your director is a huge, huge, huge supporter of partying in your VIP group. Absolutely. Mindy is huge on if you can't find anyone to party, you do your own damn party in your VIP group. Show them what an online party looks like so that they can see that it's not scary. You know what I mean? I love that. You had 0 on the first week of January, and now you have 4. Amen. That's awesome. Um,
Katrina, I'm just gonna put what I put in the chat for also
oh,
she said that if you also have an office job or like you're a hobbyist, you
mhm.
can have both. You can have both. I have an office job. Katrina is a stay-at-home mom, which I think is more work because I was that for 10 years. I was that for 10 years. So I know both sides. You
It's
can
so
have both.
distracting at home. At least
It
I'm
is.
so jealous of people that get to get out of their house.
But you can be a hobbyist
Yes.
or you can make it a real business, even if you have an
Mhm.
office job.
Yes, because like Chloe and Justin say, Justin says all the time, if you're spending more than what is it, 20 hours a week? 20, I think is what he says, 20 hours a week. Again, you're
Mhm.
doing too much. You are doing the most. You don't need to be working that hard. Because if you are working that hard and you're not seeing success in your business,
You're doing
something
something wrong.
needs to change. You're doing something wrong. Who was it that
Mhm.
just said that? Kimberly Polito, I think, just said that in the SD page.
Mhm.
You are doing so much work and you are working yourself to death and you're not seeing the positive outcome in your business, you are doing something wrong. And that's when this is again the great time, January, self-reflect what was not working last month and try something new this month. Start slow, start with like one or two things. And the one thing that I always tell people, because I could
PRV.
care less if you guys sponsor, I could care less if you want to be leaders. I
PRV.
want you to be confident. Exactly. I want you to be confident in your sales. Be confident in your PRV to where you don't have to worry about your PRV. And if you don't want to party, that's great. Push the shit out of club. Build your club subscribers. Then you don't have to party. Have 10, 20, 30, 40. Have a club PRV goal every single month. No, you're fine, Mindy. I just shouted you out earlier to Chelsea. But you don't have to party but you do have to do something. You have to do something. So pick one or two things to start doing, even if that is something small, like maybe you're going to sit and you're going to schedule out posts. Who is it? I hope that I don't get this wrong. I feel like you would tell me if this is wrong. Sarah Pinko, she sits and schedules out her posts for the whole dang month on one day. She schedules them out. At least last time I talked to her, she did. But even if you sit down and do it for just for the week, she schedules out her posts in her VIP page. And I think she even has it set up because if you're a content creator or a digital creator, you can do it on your personal page too. Or if you have a business page, a likable page, you can schedule out posts on that. Otherwise, I have a content tracker that I even use, a social media sharing, social media, where it's literally a checklist, you guys. It's literally a checklist. But that's because I need to see it, where it's like, okay, Facebook and Instagram stories, my personal page, my business page, did I share something sensy? Did I share something personal? Did I interact with this many people? Did I share on the team page? Did I share on the VIP group? Literally, it's just a checklist. Don't overthink it. It's just a checklist. And then something else that's really, oh yeah, the one or two things to start doing, the follow-ups like we talked about. Just pick a day, 20 minutes, not any more than that. Honestly, if you can fit it into like 10 minutes here and there, to just go, okay, I want to reach out to everybody that I sent samples to last month. Just make sure they got them, see what they thought about it. It's just asking their opinion. Don't just throw a poll up in your VIP group or on your personal page. Actually reach out to them and ask them. People love to give their opinion on stuff. Just ask them. And then something simple that you can start on is your mail. And I don't mean doing the most with all of the samples and things, because even like Nikki was saying, she doesn't remember last time she made samples because that's not a priority for her. And let me tell you something, not to put you on blast, but I'm gonna put you on blast. Her PRV lately has been freaking amazing because she's not focusing on BS like samples. She's not worrying about the fluff. She's worrying about the sales. And her PRV, her numbers, especially last month, lowest month for me in 4 years, being totally transparent, lowest month for me personally in 4 years. Have not had the PRV that I had last month since I want to say it was like somewhere in 2019. Last month, wasn't that your best month, Nikki? Or one of your best
Last
months?
month for the whole year, and it's my best month, my best December ever.
Yes, best December ever.
20, I was just under 2,200.
That is where you want to be competitive, is with yourself. Yes, we do the banners for you guys and we do the shout outs, and it's always like, yes, look at y'all with 1K, 2K, 3K. But be competitive with yourself. Be competitive with yourself. Look at what you did last January. There's a widget that you can pull on under the My Team report. Even if you don't have a team, you can still pull that widget for yourself where you can look at what your PRV was, your TWV, your GWV, all that stuff was. And you can literally, it'll show you on a graph this year versus 2019, 2020, 2021. It'll show you the whole thing or you can pull your bar report and print it out. They have made updates to the sales reports. It is very much way more user-friendly now than it was 6 months ago. But be competitive with yourself on who you were this time last year. If you're new, just look at last month. Just look at last month. And then honestly, if you're really, really new, just look at what you did last week. That's why I love to break my goals down by week. I want a minimum of 500 PRV every week. And if I'm not there, then I'm looking at, well, what did I do differently? What was I doing last week where I got this much PRV? Oh, because I did all my follow-ups for blah, 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 blah. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do follow-ups now for this, this, and this. And because it's not necessarily the follow-up, it's the reaching out to the customer and having those one-on-one conversations. So at the end of the day, yes, I do have all of these trackers and checklists on the Google Drive, 100%. I do. If there's anything missing, please ask, and I will move stuff around because maybe it's on my drive, but not on the team drive. But print stuff out if that works for you. If it doesn't, save it to your Canva and mark it off on whatever, whatever, keep it on your phone. Some people put stuff on wallpaper on their phone. Whatever you got to do to make it work for you, because like I said at the beginning, we're just not doing what we were doing last year if it wasn't working. If it wasn't working, we're not going to keep the cycle of insanity going and just doing the same thing over and over again. All right. Does anybody have any questions about anything? I'll keep the recording up, or if you want me to turn the recording off, I will. Either one. No questions. All right, I'm going to stop the recording then.